the work that Walter had done, and if there was a way to dramatize the points of friction, and choose some of the points of friction in Steve's life, and dramatize them in this way, with just three scenes, three real-time scenes. Real-time, of course, is when 30 minutes for you in the audience is the same as 30 minutes for a character on the screen. I didn't think that there was a chance that the studio would let me do that, but they did.
So Danny, over to you, directing it and making that structure work, which you really did, and giving it a real dynamic force. Your work with the actors, if you could just kind of talk about that, open it up.
Yeah, no, we wanted to make the three sections as different as possible. That was the idea, and we sort of emphasised everything to do with that. So we did this weird thing where we rehearse. But only the first bit, and then we sort of run it through. We'd sort of have little run-throughs where the actors could see the other actors, and then we'd film that bit, and then we stopped, which is the weird bit. But the accountants can't understand about why you would stop once you've entered the tunnel of filming. And we did stop, and then we'd rehearse the second part. And of course, when these kind of actors, once they've done one thing, like Act 1, they don't want to repeat that. They want to find a different energy, a different thing for Act 2, which is wonderful to service the cause of trying to make each of the acts separately. And likewise, then we stopped on Act 2 and rehearsed Part 3 and then shot that. And we tried to choose places in San Francisco. There were the three theatres that were very different, and the music was different in each part, so we were emphasising the difference the whole time.
So maybe I'll open it up to the actors to talk about this question of finding the energy. It looks like it was really an exciting process for you guys to make this movie.
They always make me go first. Guys. It was so exciting. I mean, I have to be honest. It was terrifying, and I do remember all of us walking into the room on day one of rehearsal, just for a simple read-through, where you're trying out your accent and hoping to God that everyone else isn't looking at you and thinking, oh, she's shit. And I remember Michael and I sort of greeting each other, and there was a hug that I almost remember as being a little bit like sort of collapsing on one another, like.
Like you can let go of me now. Stop hugging me.
Yeah, very much. Okay, we're going to get. Not even a case of we're in this together. It was just a case of let's just get through this. Okay, let's just get through this. But it was amazing, and what Danny did for all of us that I think made a huge difference and was key to the process was he pulled everybody into the rehearsal room. So it wasn't just a case of who was available and what scenes we happened to be doing. Where possible, which was the majority of the time, all of the actors, no matter how big or small their roles, were in that space together. And what that did was there was no pecking order. Okay, Michael did have more to do than all of us in terms of actual lines to learn, but everybody, we were very much given these parts to play. They were ours, they became ours, and Danny gave us permission to play them the way that we wanted to, and to make all the mistakes that we needed to make and get really out of the way before we walked onto the set. Because when we walked onto the set, we had to be that well-oiled machine. We had to be ready to go. We had to have Sorkinese in our back pockets, and to really be ahead of ourselves. I mean, Michael and I would try things in rehearsal, and we would know straight away that it wasn't really going to work, but we'd soldier on for the 12 or 13 pages and then look at each other and go, yeah, that was absolute shit, we'll never do that on set. And so it was very necessary to have that process, really, in particular for creating the energy that was required to keep up with the pace and what Aaron had written and really had handed to us, because the rhythm and the cadence, which Michael always talks about so eloquently, and I'm going to hand this over to you in a second, the rhythm is absolutely built in. It's written in. When there's a period mark, it's there. When there's a pause, you pause, and not for too long, So yeah, over to you, Fasby.
I mean, I think it was exciting.
Thanks, Mike. That's great.
You did